There are 7 different ways to add value. You can imagine this almost within you. Within you as a financial advisor, think of it like this. There's a set of test tubes, and this is the way in which you add value. And in some ways, you are very likely to over-deliver, and in other ways, you are unlikely to. So said another way, in some situations, you have a huge competitive advantage, and in other situations, you have a massive competitive disadvantage. And so what those high performers were doing is that they were starting to do it on purpose. And so we started measuring them. Here's what we found. When we measured what they were doing, and we took it, and we took the top global financial advisors, and we started to break down what the patterns were. And what we saw is there was no one right way to add value. But once you identify what your way is, adding value creates wealth. And so we started looking and seeing, well, okay, if we were going to measure this, what's the profile? And we could make global examples. We found that overall, the top financial advisors, they are powerful, they are confident, they are authorities, they are leaders. They listen, but they like to be able to jump to conclusions quickly. They like to have an emotional connection, but they don't necessarily want to hold the client's hand every single step of the way because they want to be able to move things forward. They love to be able to have long-term relationships, but sometimes that can be scary in an environment in which things are changing at a radically fast pace. The technology, the money changing hands in different generations, the business models. And so as we began to look at this, we saw that it's almost like there's a personality DNA. And so as we studied it, we found it's actually very simple. If you only do one thing, it's to identify what exactly is your positioning. And so last year we did an experiment, and we worked with a very respected global financial institution, and we took their 1% top advisors. And the assignment was this. The assignment was, when you know what makes you fascinating, in other words, how you're most likely to add value, when you know that, and you can articulate that, you're more confident. Greater confidence gives you better performance. Better performance improves your results. So if we started over here and we could show these financial advisors what made them fascinating, then they could get better results. And the takeaway from this study was that if we could help them identify 2 words to describe themselves, their confidence increased 160% in less than an hour.